What is up, guys? Hfmasters here, and today we are doing our first 2016 Bionicle review, and it is on Umarak the Hunter, ages 8 to 14, at a number 71310, and it has 172 pieces. Now, before I continue with this review, I will state where I found this. Found this set at Barnes & Noble. No jokes or anything, I actually found a lot of them at Barnes & Noble. But anyways, on the front you can see Umarak, Mask Control. And on the back you can see that Uxar combines with Umarak. But we did not buy the set for the box, we actually bought it for what's inside. Alright, here is Umarak the Hunter. Now, the first thing I want to show off is his swivel function, which is on the back. So basically, this is the new gimmick for this year. Last year it was swinging arms. This year it is just swiveling, and the function works really well. All it does is really move the body, but it does work really well. The only issue with this is that you might have to move the bow a little bit up because it's really big and it could get in the way. But it is a really good function, and I like it a lot. It really helps give dynamic poses. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the swivel function. So now let's take a look at the legs. Alright, so here are Umarak's legs. Now the first thing you can obviously tell is there is a sword weapon along with some extra ammo on this leg. And that's just there. It's just a nice way that they attached it. But another thing I really want to take a look at is the lower half of the legs. A lot of stuff going on. Some people may not be a fan of those gaps, but it really doesn't matter to me. I'm not really looking at him at the side, so it doesn't really matter. I wouldn't count it as a bad thing, but some people may not like it. Some people may also not like how they did not cover this with armor. But the most annoying thing to me is this area right here. I feel that what they should have done is they should have changed this to be pointing down, so it could have kind of covered it off, made it look a little better. But hey, I mean, it's just a little small thing, not really a lot to complain about. And overall, his legs still are really good. But now let's take a look at his torso. For Umarak's torso, there's not a lot going on. Of course, there is the green ribcage piece. There is also this printing here. It does look like a mouth, and it is a really cool printing. I do like it a lot. And the last most notable thing is there is a chain here, and this is for just these two combining into a shadow trap. They just have you build this here, and I think it is a pretty cool detail. I like how they have a chain there. It kind of adds more to the character. But let's look at his head now. Alright, so here is his head. Now, firstly, I'm just going to tell you about the horns. They are incredible. I really like them. Very big, but it does not limit him at all. There isn't too much I don't like. This black here is kind of annoying, but at the same time, it still fits with his color scheme because his color scheme has a lot of black. And the brown I don't think is too out of place because there is a brown on his weapon, along with this type of tannish color. It's also on his weapon, so it doesn't seem too out of place. For his actual mask, it just looks fantastic. There's not much to say, it just looks really, really good. So for his crossbow, there's a lot going on. First of all, it is a two-handed weapon. Second of all, as you can see, there's no gear. And it is really large. The most interesting thing is that they do have this extra piece over here, which is extending this in a forward motion, which really gives it a unique kind of look. And of course, you can you fire the stud shooter, and you do that, of course, just by turning this. And here is Umarak with his sword. Now, something I found interesting is that there is no actual way you attach this. It doesn't say on the instructions, and I was a bit confused because there's this piece right here, and I just took it off so that the red pin would connect, and there is no extra red pin. So it's kind of confusing on how you actually attach it, but I just attached it like this and I think it works fine. And the sword kind of works. I feel though the bow is a much better option. And here is the shadow trap. Now I would like to point out that in the instruction manual, it shows you how to build it. You do need some of the parts from Umarak. As you can see here, they do have some of the extra parts. But it does work really well. I think it's a nice thing that they did to just add a feature for the shadow trap. And something else that's really cool is you can actually place the mask of control in it. And you can kind of lock it in. And that just gives a more, like, a really cool kind of thing. You can have it as the Toa are looking for the mask of control, and they see it, but it's in a shadow trap, and they're like, oh no, because Umarak might be near. But that's really something cool. But now let's take a closer, in-depth look of the mask of control. So here is the mask of control. Now, first of all, I must say, this is underwhelming. It is not that impressive. It does not look at all kind of what I was hoping for. But hey, still a good mask. There is still some detailing that's really nice. And hey, maybe it's not as good as the Mask of Creation, but you know what? It's still one of the powerful masks. And we're actually getting it in the winter wave this time, which makes me interested to what is going to come for the summer. And here is Umarak with the Mask of Control on. Overall, I really like Umarak the Hunter. I think there's a lot you can do with him, and he has a lot to offer, especially since he is a $20 set. There's also a lot of playability you get out of him, and if you have one of the Toa, you can just have endless battles. But yeah, this is pretty much it for my review. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and stay tuned for more Bionicle 2016 reviews. As always, this is Hfmasters saying goodbye.